Welcome back to My Face. My name is Brianna. I'm the head honcho here at Bambi Media, and today we're going to be looking at the difference between the Rode NT USB Mini and the Rode PodMic USB that also has the XLR. The Rode PodMic USB/XLR is quite a new microphone to the market at time of recording. The Rode NT USB Mini has been out for some time, and it is a microphone that I recommend to our clients all the time just because it's so portable. It's so easy to take traveling. It's got a little stand here as well, which is magnetic, and then that magnets onto the base of the actual microphone as well, which is pretty sweet. And then you got like a little base, but I don't recommend having it just on the base on the desk because it's way too far away, and you will hear that in the recording today. I do a little bit of a test on what happens when you are too far away from the microphone. So what I've done is I've recorded the same phrase both with the Rode NT USB Mini and with the Rode PodMic USB, and then I have them both attached to this Rode PSA1 Plus boom arm so that it's easy to compare because they'll be right close to my face either way. But first, I want to show you around the actual microphones. We've got the Rode PodMic USB with XLR input, and then that's the pop filter that goes on the top of that, clicks in like so. Then we've got the Rode NT USB Mini. The stand comes off of it like that, and the base is into the boom arm. There they are side by side, ready to go. Okay, now we're going to attach the Rode NT USB. We have to get rid of this little thing out of the base, and then we've got to screw that in using this little extra attachment here, which I already had, so you might have to track one of those down. You swivel it into that, and then that makes it easily attachable to the actual stand itself. Swivel that in, make it nice and tight, and then you are good to go with that one there. Looks pretty sweet on there. Then you plug the USB cable into the back of that and plug it into the back of your computer. And then we go into the settings on your Mac. I'm only doing Mac because I don't have a PC. You go to sound and you select the actual mic, and you can play with the level that it comes in at right there. Then go into Google, go Rode Connect, download that software, and then you'll be able to actually use it to record. If you don't have any other software as well, you can change the name of that recording to whatever you're going to have it be, and then you can actually share it as a WAV file. So you can export it out. Click on that little button there and you'll be able to export it out, which is great. Save it to wherever you're going to save it. You can leave those settings as is, and it's a waveform, and then you're able to just upload that to wherever you're going to upload it to, or bring it into your DAW, whatever the system is there, which is fantastic. Then we've got the Rode PodMic. So the USB version of this with same little attachment there. We're going to plug it in, we're going to swivel it around, and you can see you just do the USB cable into the back of that, and again that goes straight into the computer. From there we go to the settings, we go to the input, we change the input to the PodMic USB, and you can change the level at that point as well and move it up if you need to. So now we're going to jump into the actual demonstration, the difference. I want you to listen with headphones, or if you do have speakers, they need to be good enough sort of quality so that you can turn it up enough so that you can hear the differences in them, because there is difference in the two microphones. They are two different price points. I will give my recommendation at the end and also tell you what the differences are, so stick around to the end to hear that. If you're getting value from this video, before we even get going, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will be back with you shortly after you hear these tests. If Moses supposes his toes are roses, then Moses supposes erroneously. If Moses supposes his toes are roses, then Moses supposes erroneously. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. If Moses supposes his toes are roses, then Moses supposes erroneously. If Moses supposes his toes are roses, then Moses supposes erroneously. Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what did you think? Could you hear the differences in those microphones? The first thing that I heard, certainly, is the pop So the plosives, it's called plosives. This Rode NT USB Mini, they say, has a inbuilt pop filter, meaning that, it's got sort of this pop filter thing on the inside, but there's no way you can have enough on the inside of this casing versus what's here on the outside. Now, this microphone, you can take the pop filter off. It's not the easiest thing, and then it looks cooler when it's just like this, but you'll notice if Moses supposes his toes are roses, then the P is a lot more evident in this mic without the pop filter. So it's really handy that this comes with it and it sits so nicely over the top of it. Whereas this one here, you're gonna need some sort of pop filter, especially if you're quite a poppy speaker, to actually minimize the sound on this. Now, I will link some pop filters, and it also depends on how you'll be recording. I would recommend being on a boom arm because then you can put a pop filter on it quite easily. But pop filters are quite annoying generally because they kind of get in the way and they're so that would be something that's a little bit of a downer for me. I also found the difference being in the higher frequencies. So the Rode NT USB Mini sounded a little bit more digital in its response when you listen to it, especially with headphones on, and depending on how tuned your ears are. There was more sibilance, which is that the S's. It's making the N. I'm over exaggerating them here so that you can hear them very well. The Rode PodMic USB still had a little bit of that. I found that the Rode PodMic USB had a little bit more warmth to the sound. It had a little bit more bottom end, sort of a feeling of a bit more fullness, whereas this felt a little bit more sibilant and not as much in the actual bass. I will say that both of these microphones sound really, really good with this USB as the input source there. And I think that if I was first starting out, then I would probably still recommend this little bad boy because it's like $100 and something. For me personally, this feels like a little bit more of a next level type microphone, and it's definitely a very good investment because for that price, you've got the USB input and the XLR. And I have done a video on what it sounds like, the difference between the XLR and the USB for this microphone. I'll link that so that you can go and watch it if you want. The main difference when you want to switch from a USB input to an XLR, certainly there's more warmth, the signal's better, all that, but the cable is actually the biggest problem. So if you're wanting to sit further away from your microphone and have it in like a studio sort of setup, and you want to have the microphone back at the chair and you're going to sit and lounge on the chair, but then the actual recording like at your computer and hitting play is far away. If it's over 1.5 meters away, then you're really going to struggle to find a USB cable that can make that. Because the longer the cable for USB, the more chance of it dropping out and it becoming a lesser quality version of the signal. So that is the main difference between using a USB and an XLR input, is that if you want to sit further away, it's really the best option to do XLR because you can have a very long XLR cable that then feeds through to an audio interface, like to a deck, like a mixer, preamp type thing. Then you're going to get a really good quality sound from far away. If you're always going to be at your desk or somewhere close by to where you're hitting record, then a USB option is totally fine, and both of these microphones are very good. But I would probably suggest, if you're willing to invest a little bit more money and you want to kind of future-proof yourself, I would go for this. It has the pop filter involved, it's got both of the inputs, and it's a really good quality microphone at an affordable price point. Okay, that is my review of this today. I hope you liked it. If you would like more battles between microphones, especially for podcasters, then please let me know in the comments. I'm so excited to give you more of this. If you've got value out of the video, please hit like, and I will be in touch again soon.